Rev up your engines!
Well, it looks like the Cybertruck experiment is failing miserably. Now they're scaling down production. They are taking workers off of there and moving them somewhere else to build Model Ys and other ones. Model Y is one of their big sellers. The Cybertruck obviously is not. And of course, old Elon's not going to be broadcasting this. This is from insiders working at the factories telling people. The workers were told this. And I quote, it's hilarious. As we continue to assess schedules to meet business needs, we'll be making a change to Model Y and Cyber schedules, and we want you to ensure that your preferences are considered. Yeah, like they care what the guys working there are making, right? But that was the warning they gave them. Well, if you're working on a Cybertruck, you might be going to Model Y now because nobody's buying the stupid Cybertrucks. So I'm sure their considerations are put into it too. Yeah, sure. Do you think they care about the workers? Of course they don't. Well, Tesla's issued a recall on over 200,000 of their vehicles for the self-driving computer failure. These self-driving computers, it seems, have shorted out and caused problems. Now, this is what I'm laughing about. These are either brand new cars or cars that are a year or less old. 2024, 2025. Right? This is now. What's going to happen when these things are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old? They'll probably be falling apart, right? These things are breaking already, and they're either brand new or a year or 6 months old, and they got to recall them. What's going to happen when these things get old and they actually start to wear out from age and from mileage? This is happening to vehicles that are almost brand new. They got to recall 200,000 of them. Now listen to this. When these computers fail, many vehicle features stop working, like active safety features, auto wipers, auto high beams, cameras, and even GPS navigation and range estimates. Tesla's fix, they say, it's to replace the computer completely, but they have a temporary software fix to enable some of the features. Everything's temporary with them, right? Well, something else is going to break in the future anyways. We'll temporarily fix it this way until something else breaks, we replace the computer. But, of course, the computers that they're replacing with, they'll probably break too. This technology is maddening. Take my advice. Don't buy one of these things, and you won't be in the boat of people with vehicles that are continually being recalled because they don't build them right in the first place. Well, I gotta laugh at this one north of the border in Canada. Guy buys a Chevy electric pickup truck for $140,000 Canadian. It's less American, but it's still a lot of money. And after 1,600 miles, the battery had to be replaced. The guy who bought it, I can see on the side of the truck, it says Eco-Grid Technology, so obviously he was running some kind of electrical thing, so I thought he'd buy an electric pickup truck. Well, he bought that Chevy Silverado electric pickup truck, and it didn't even go 2,000 miles before the battery had to be replaced. Oh, so much for GM and their Ultium battery technology, right? They even a few months ago decided, well, we're not going to call it Ultium anymore because they were having problems with it and made it look bad, right? So, as I warn people, do not buy these things. These electric trucks are not ready for prime time. They're not built very well. They cost way too much money. $100-something thousand US, $140,000 Canadian for a truck that the battery broke before it had 2,000 miles, and they had to replace it. Canadians shared this with me. So people out there, you see these things wherever you are on this planet. ScottyKilmer@gmail.com. Send me the info. Show me what happened to you or your friends so we can pass this information on so the rest of us don't get ripped off. Well, Volvo sold nearly 100,000 of their EX30 electric SUVs in its first year, and now these company ads say, we're ready to take the U.S. by storm, right? They haven't sold in the U.S. yet. What? You know what I say? Well, it might be the wrong type of storm for Volvo trying to sell them here because their electric vehicles that they sold here have been a massive failure. And the weird thing is, they're not bad cars. I had one, and I tried it out, and I was really impressed. I even said in the video, if it wasn't for it being an electric car, I'd think about buying one of these. I liked it set up, had a regular crystal gear shift knob, even though it was electric, so you drove it like a regular car. You didn't have some computer screen that you had to be a computer nerd in order to operate the car, like in a Tesla, right? But those things have failed massively. People don't want them. The people that bought them wanted to get rid of them. I'd see ones that were a year old, 15 to 20,000 miles. They're trying to sell them for $22,000. The new ones are $68,000. That's how bad they are. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I've been in the car business long enough. Volvo's a unique car brand, right? You get the yuppies, the kids going to soccer matches and all that stuff. These aren't people that want an electric car because of range anxiety. They want to be able to get in their Volvo, go wherever they want, and not have to worry about it. Volvos can go a long way. They have good range. The hybrid ones, the regular gasoline, the diesel ones have a big range, but electric cars, of course, don't. And if they think it's going to take the United States by storm, I'm laughing at them because they don't even know their own market. They sell Volvos. You'd think they'd know, well, here's what our market is. I remember I went to a yacht show in Rhode Island, and what were they doing? Showing off a bunch of Volvo cars to the rich people in their yachts to try to sell them to them, right? These are not people that want an electric car and the inconvenience that they bring along with them. But, they sold over almost 100,000 of them worldwide first year that they had them. Most of that was in Europe. They have all kinds of rules for that stuff, right? But here in the United States, I don't see it. Realize Volvo's a Chinese company, too. It's a Chinese company, people. And all the headaches between the U.S. and China, I can't see them selling a bunch of them. They're not cheap to begin with, and if they put an import tax on them, they'll really have a hard time selling an expensive electric car that people don't want here in the United States that's made in China. It's got so many things going against it. I can't see them being popular here in the United States. Well, here's a guy who got ripped off by a Toyota dealer. He complained, and guess what? They hid the complaint. Joseph Chirico says, what dealer swine? Scotty, I put a review on Google regarding Basel, Toyota, and Lockport because they shorted me 2+ quarts of oil and an oil change for my Land Cruiser. They flagged my review and it was removed. It seemed you can't be honest with anyone anymore because they have computer people to just take care of it. Yeah, that's why you can't believe a lot of reviews, because the reviews these days, there's all kinds of nonsense that goes on with them. In this case, they removed it, maybe because Toyota spends a lot of money advertising with them. I have no idea. I even look at reviews of Amazon products, and then you see 1-star reviews, and it shows that there's a bunch of them, but then when you click on it and go in, it'll say, sorry, there are no reviews matching that, meaning that those were either removed because somebody removed them or somebody was paid to retract it themselves. A lot of these companies, when they see a bad review, they'll contact the reviewer and say, we'll give you $50, $100, $500 if you remove your review. But for some reason, with Amazon at least, a lot of times it's still in the system, so it shows there was a review, but then when you go there, it says, sorry, nothing matches this. Well, at some point in time it did. I guess if you had a time machine, you could go back in time and you could see what the actual review was, probably saying what a horrible product it was, and then they get paid to remove the review. So you got to be very leery about any of these reviews, especially when they're all great reviews. You can't trust those things. You just can't trust them. I personally always trust the lower ones because if someone's mad, they're going to write a review and say, hey, this was one of the worst things I ever had. And they're going to say things like, nor the 5-star reviews. This product is a pile of junk. It fell apart in a week. It didn't even work when I got it. I say that all the time. And I have to say, from my experience, those bad reviews are almost always true because I've tried out products that I thought, hey, this product stinks. I tried it out, and it failed my tests, right? So I look, and I have all these great 5-star reviews, which, as far as I'm concerned, are all made up. Then I look at the bottom 1-star ones, and they say exactly what I say. It was a piece of junk, was cheaply made. It broke after 2 uses. So you got to be very leery about that because you can't trust who's controlling it. Well, another electric vehicle company has gone down the tubes. This one is Hyzon. They made the hydrogen fuel cell trucks, and guess what? Now they've gone bankrupt. They're dissolving the company, too. Now, they made the first hydrogen fuel cell garbage truck in the United States last year. Well, guess what? Now the people that bought them are screwed because the company's gone. After issuing a warn letter to employees in December announcing layoffs, citing an inability to raise funding and the future uncertainty relating to the availability of government subsidies, the Hyzon Board of Directors has unanimously voted to dissolve the company and liquidate liquidate its assets. So here we go again. They built these hydrogen fuel cell trucks, make a few of them, then the company goes, you bought one of these if you were a business or government, and then, well, the company doesn't exist anymore. Good luck getting any parts or having anybody who can fix the things when they break. The Bolingbrook, Illinois, and Troy, Michigan facilities are going to be all shut down by the end of February 2025. Now, what are they going to do between now and then, right? I mean, they just keep trying to claim the stuff as the future, and then the companies keep going out of business. Maybe the future is bankruptcy. I don't know. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.